Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I am the Ginger Gamer. Today I'm going to do a quick review of my favorite game of all time, The Last of Us. Again, spoilers. I'm just going to go into it. The game's been out for 7 years. If you haven't played it, go play it. Do yourself a favor. If you're somebody who only likes multiplayer, it does have an interesting multiplayer. I'm not sure if the servers are still up, but I did play it a little bit, but everything about it that I love is in the single player. 100% it's story driven. It's a more linear narrative experience. I'd say that it's like a interactive movie or a TV show, and if I were to say that, I would say it'd be a great one, on par with like the first season of True Detective or something like that, just because it's focused so heavily on two characters. And that's something that will probably come across in a lot of my reviews, is that ensemble shows work, and big movies work. They can work. For me personally, as a ginger, I like when it's more focused. I like when you spend more time with characters, and just like in The Last of Us, you spend a lot of time with Joel and Ellie. And there's so much dialogue, so much stuff that you could miss, and it just built these amazing characters that I fell in love with. You first see a cutscene with Sarah and Joel. You see them in a real tender moment. It's late, and Joel just gets home, and Sarah is like sleeping on the couch or laying on the couch, and you find out that it's Joel's birthday, and Sarah bought him a watch. And so it's very small, but they just, in such a small amount of time, they built such a good dynamic. You could tell what kind of father-daughter dynamic it is. And I'm a father. I have a daughter. I instantly connected with that. The person you play as is Sarah. The outbreak starts. Your dad comes home. A neighbor comes crashing through, and they drive into town because they're trying to get out of town. They're just trying to get somewhere safe, and they have to go through where everyone is, and there's a bunch of traffic. They end up getting into an accident, and Sarah's hurt. She can't walk, so Joel has to carry her. Carrying Sarah, and you're running through the city, and people are going crazy, and there's runners going around, and they are attacking people and killing people. And Joel and Sarah are asking for help. Government doesn't know what it is or try to contain it. They fire at both of them, and then right as Joel's getting ready to be killed, Tommy comes out of nowhere and shoots the military guy. And then you think for a second that everything's okay, and then you hear Sarah crying, and that's where this is where this game just got a hold of me, sunk its teeth into me, because right then and there you lose your daughter. And I cannot imagine. I bought a PlayStation 3 just to play this game. It jumps 20 years, which is insane. How he's processing it, how is he living day to day, it just jumps 20 years later. And there is no mention of Sarah for hours and hours and hours and hours. But Joel, all the time, he's wearing that watch, and he touches the watch, touches it all the time. And it's just one of those tender things. Joel is working with another smuggler. They're in a quarantine zone, and her name's Tess. And they have a job that Tess just got back from, and somebody basically screwed them out of guns they were supposed to get. So now they're after that person. So your very first mission, post, really playing as Joel, you're trying to find a guy. He tries to make a deal. He says, I gave him to the Fireflies. The Fireflies are, they're considered terrorists. So it's not good to be a Firefly as far as if you get caught, especially in a militarized zone. He tries to make a deal. Says that the guns that were meant for you went to the Fireflies, and Tess kills him. Is like that. They don't take prisoners. And I like that because it seems much more, in line with the type of movies that I like. Leader of the Fireflies says that they can give you all the guns that were yours, plus more if you smuggle this item to the capital. Eventually you find out that you're smuggling a young girl, and her name is Ellie. And it would be an understatement to say that Joel and Ellie don't get along. So they get together, things go bad, they end up where they're supposed to be, and all the Fireflies are dead. Tess gets bitten. You can tell that there's history between Joel and Tess. They don't talk about it, but that's that's just the way they interact with each other. That's the thing that Naughty Dog does so well, and that they captured in this game better than any other game they've ever made. Basically, she makes him swear that he'll get Ellie to the Fireflies. At this point, I don't think you realize, but Joel has done a lot of bad things. But I would say he's a man of his word. No matter what he does or the things that he's done, at this time, Joel and Ellie they're just clashing. Joel doesn't care why she's getting smuggled. But what it does so well is over the course of them going across the United States, trying to get to the Fireflies, is it builds this relationship between Joel and Ellie. Irritation that turns into somebody that he'll put up with, to somebody that he'll protect because that was what he's supposed to do, to someone that he's starting to care for, someone he's starting to let his guard down for, and then someone that he loves and would do anything for. Basically taking that, I don't want to say taking the spot of Sarah, because you could never, anybody who's a parent knows that you could never replace a child, but has allowed him to feel love again and allowed himself to love. Hours and hours of that, and it's beautiful, and it's so well done, and it's earned. Everything is earned in this game. Eventually you get to the Fireflies. Well, earlier you found out that Ellie was immune. The Fireflies, they're, like I was saying, they're trying to develop a cure for this outbreak. They tell Joel the only way they can do that, because the fungus grows all around the brain, the only way to get the cure out of her is to kill her. After being a father, having played and built that relationship, I didn't know at that time that I was forced to make a decision. I didn't know if it was going to give me an option, because the whole game is all narratively driven, and at no point does it give you the total reins and say, hey, you make some decisions. It's not like that. I didn't know what he was going to do, but I felt inside that I could not let that happen. Before you even see what happens, I can't let that happen. Even if it means that there's no cure for anyone. That he loves her, Ellie, so much that he can't let it happen. And then you basically fight the Fireflies, and you slaughter a bunch of Fireflies. You get into the operating room, and Ellie's out. One surgeon picks up a knife, shot everybody in the head with a shotgun. I'm not going to lie. You escape with Ellie, but you're confronted by the leader of the Fireflies, and she has her gun to you. She has the advantage. You're holding Ellie in your arms. And for some reason, she lowers her gun. I mean, she's trying to be the better person. Ultimately, she shares that she loves Ellie. She's watched out for her whole life. And she was friends with her mom. So that's probably why she let her guard down. She probably didn't realize Joel was determined as he was, knowing how people can be, because he was once a good man. And he shoots her. She's still alive, begging for her life. And I love the line, "Please don't kill me." And Joel says, "Then you just keep coming after her." Shoots her in the head. Whew. And I just remember thinking, if I had the ability to do what Joel did, and I was in that situation, I probably would make the same decision. And I loved it. And I know going down the road, Ellie and Joel, and Ellie wakes up, and her heart was set on helping. She wanted to help. She wanted to believe that her life meant something. He basically tells her that there was a lot of people like her, and they can't get a cure, so they're going to go back and live with Tommy and just start a life together. And the very last scene, Ellie, and she says, swear to me that everything you told me about the Fireflies is true. And Joel swears. And they've built such a good relationship here that Ellie believes him. And that's it. That's the game. 10 out of 10. 100%. Ginger certified. Gameplay is great. Personally, I like fighting against the runners and the clickers and the bloaters. I prefer those to the human enemy. I played on normal both times that I played it. I love the way the stealth works. I like the fact that Ellie can't get you caught, because she's doing what she's doing. I love the gunplay. It does pack a punch. It's very gory. Like when you get killed, the amount of blood spray and stuff like that. I like the crafting. I don't like crafting in every game. It gives you a reason to explore. Okay, and exploration outside of the story, exploration is probably my favorite thing, because in a lot of games you're searching for stuff. Okay, but in this game, like, I want to search every nook and cranny because it's all important. I wanted to, get as many gun parts for all my guns. I wanted to increase my gun stats as much as I can. I wanted to find as many pills or to increase my abilities as Joel, or to make Molotovs, or to make improvised explosives, or just anything, or just a little bit of ammo. On normal difficulty, it's easy to find ammo. And again, as I'm playing on hard for The Last of Us Part 2, I barely have ammo all the time. Exploration is right on, story exploration. I love the exploration. I love the fact that you're not just tunnel to tunnel, enemy after enemy after enemy. It gives you, I typically will play it where I clear a room and then I explore. Or a lot of it is you can just explore, which I really, really like. At the time it came out, and even in the remaster version, it's a very beautiful game as far as graphics are concerned. At the time, it was pushing limits. It was I think it was the best looking game on PS3. But anyways, it's a beautiful looking game. 10 out of 10 for graphics. I mean, the lighting, I love the flashlight, and the sound. Lastly, is very minimal. I mean, some parts, but it's just the guitar work. It's just beautiful. It's perfect for this game. If it didn't have any music, I wouldn't know it. I don't think I would know what type of music to put to put in it. But what they did is beautiful. I can't think of any negative. I can't think of any negatives. It's my favorite game of all time. Period. It is 100% Ginger certified. I love it. Thanks for watching. Like I said, I will be putting up another video, a full review of Last of Us Part 2 once I finish the game. Right now I'm doing gameplay, like highlights, things that I like about the Last of Us Part 2. So I'm trying to do those every day. And yeah, thanks for watching. Ginger out.